Knowledge is like a ridiculous edge. I think the Shen build for this is Doran's Shield with Ignite and Grasp. Not 100% sure about that.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of Shens that are having a lot of success with Flash Ignite, and so we'll take a look at that. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up Irelia and Irelia versus Shen in particular.
Yeah, I think it's illegal if I don't take teleport, because like then I can't. Basically, then I give Shen the like macro advantage where he can like split push, and it's like I should deny him the ability to split push too far safely,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can jump into the fight when he does and kind of like combat his like hit. So for that reason, I think I will be trolling if I like play for lane.
Got you. Got you. All right. So here are the things I want you to look at on top. I mean, teleport does its own work in lane, right? Like just being able to take a trade and teleport back in is often enough
Yep,
to do work. But
just like
um,
cash it in.
I'm on. I'll screen share right now. And what I'm looking at is the most common Shen builds and what people tend to pick. And what I want you to do is compare these things to your abilities, right?
Yeah,
So
show me your Q. It gives you a shield, right?
yeah, so the Q, um, it gives me a shield. It gives me extra attack damage on hit for what is this? 3 seconds. The next three attacks, I think it's within 4 seconds. I don't think it says it right here,
It's 50% attack speed. Yeah, that's pretty good.
but yeah. So what I want you to see is the cooldown, but specifically, it's going to go on cooldown. Actually, I'm not 100% sure, so I'll have to tell you this if it goes on cooldown after I use the three attacks or whether or not it's after I activate it. I think it's after I activate it.
Yeah, I bet it's after you activate it.
So and I believe that's left over from jungle, doing that in jungle. So I'll double check, but we'll assume that. So it's 8 seconds, and this is my main source of damage. So how does that compare to your W and your E?
Yeah, W and E are way longer than Q.
It's like 14 seconds, 14, 13, 12 for your W.
Yeah, let me. I should know this. Something like that. Really, cooldowns.
I've got it right here. All right, so your W is 20, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12.
Yeah.
So it starts with a tremendously long cooldown, and your
Oh,
stun
16 on E.
is 16. Okay, so they both end at 12, so that's actually pretty easy to remember.
And my Q is longer too, so it's like I can't.
Yeah, but if you miss it, but yeah, the one Q, if you go for one Q versus my one Q, I'll get my Q up faster.
Yeah.
My passive is the shield, so it would be fine to just use the wiki. The reason I recommend Lolalytics is because you'll see what they're most likely going to level first, and have 3 points in at level 5, for example. Key barrier: after completing an ability's effects, Shen shields himself for a good flat amount plus bonus health for 2.5 seconds.
Yo, one sec. I'm gonna restart really quickly. My client's being weird. Be
No
right back.
problem. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Welcome back. All right, so yeah, I'm looking at the cooldowns for Shen versus Irelia. The passive, my key, is on a 10-second cooldown static. So that's actually shorter than your Q at level 1. So there is no way that trades early are going to be good for you unless you're stacking your passive.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, definitely. I'm curious though if like you want to trade at level one, like buy my ranged minions, if it's worth it for me to accept the trade and use E to like disengage just to get the wave pushing towards me a
Okay.
little faster.
Yeah, and I mean that's what we can lab up for sure. The Shen almost always in 90% of matchups he's taking Q and fighting for it.
Yeah.
The big flip on that is if he ganked, like if they roamed and invaded, he probably leveled E, and if that's the case, then you definitely can go for more
Fight for
fights.
the wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can fight for it. So yeah, the My Q's on a shorter cooldown. My passive's on a shorter cooldown until you hit level 5. Your W and E have long cooldowns. My Shadow Dash is actually similar to your damage mitigation, but it's 2 seconds faster. So there is a window where if we take a trade that starts with my E and you respond, let's say you do it in time and you get the W off, there will be a window that I will have to press where the second Shadow Dash comes up again. I want to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. And also my W is on a similar cooldown. So they're both at 18 and they go down to almost 10.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, I think I literally have to take bone plating here to prevent a dive.
Bone plating is very good against Shen.
Yep.
Because he's looking for 3 quick hits. Now, I will do what most people are doing, which is the flash ignite, even though I don't recommend it, but it does help fight for lane. And they go ultimate cooldown, cheap shot. See if there's any reason to not do this. Taste of blood to fight for lane sometimes. No, cheap shot's still just very good. Everything in the top row is actually great. Yeah, this matchup looks like it's heavily favored for Shen.
Yeah, I think I can turn it with careful pushing back to your turret to get my base in, but yeah, I can't think of any world where I actually beat you level 1 if you like level Q.
Right. Well, we should test the extreme, which is, I mean, I'm definitely going to come poke you. The question is whether or not that coincides with you being able to get 3 Qs off, or I guess there's probably just no window. I'm not going to give you that, right? So yeah. It just has to be a hard disengage. But then my Q's going to come up faster than your E again, so you're going to have to be careful in that second frame. So actually, in matchups where they have a winning trading pattern and that they're going to use over and over on you, that is an extended pattern, not just a poke. That's actually when Corrupted Potion is the best.
That's if you're going to kind of like fight back, though, right?
Yeah, if you can just get away from it. Hold on. There you go. If you can just get away from it, only taking like the initial hit, then Dorn's shield is great. If you're going to fight back with an all-in, then it's Dorn's blade. But if it's going to be like they're trying to get on you, you have a little bit of counterplay window, and then you come back, that's where the potion is best for 2 reasons. One, just stats-wise, that's where it performs the best. But also, since you're going to be using your cooldowns to fight me, it keeps your mana up.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm thinking like, how do these abilities end up? And I feel like I'm always going to be taking that like little bit of damage, and I won't have too many opportunities to auto minions to get the regen off blade, so shield is probably better just to like give me a little more longevity.
Mm-hmm. We'll try shield and we'll try corrupting potion. It's definitely not blade. The blade would be playing for a mid-game spike. So now that I know that you have W, I know you can't get to the wave.
Yeah. Kind of fucked myself a little bit.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you want to find out what are the real windows that you have to retaliate. Now, my Q, by the way, when I have it up, it gives me a very similar attack range to yours.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like longer, right?
It's like your empowered one. Oh, you don't actually have lethal tempo. Okay, that's fine. So actually, you have cultivated a very good spot for the wave for yourself.
Yep.
Now there is a window where they might go W against you because all of your sustained damage is from the W. It's for yeah, there's the payback. That's the situation you want to avoid. You have to have a way out if you're
I
going
have
to take
to cash
that.
in teleport now. Actually, wait, maybe I don't. This is awkward.
Alright, my cooldown's come up before yours, so I actually have a window here. I need to proc my grasp.
No minions. Damn.
So that's a very specific matchup thing with the cooldowns, right? And if they don't know it, which I guarantee none of your opponents in gold are going to know these like exact numbers, but they will eventually. And as you're climbing in, right, you're trying to express your mastery of your champion over theirs.
Yeah, that's like the whole point of one tricking.
Right.
Sure.
So you're gonna see these windows, and that fight right there was entirely born out of my ability to take the fight 2 seconds before you could.
Yeah. Yeah, I need my W.
And because that's the case, though, you need to finish that play all in. Right, like so that moment where I go into the bush, it's either all in or all out because the cooldowns are going to favor me after that point. I just hinted.
There's like 10
cancel.
billion autos.
Yep. A little bit of a limit test. Now you've got the wave coming to you. This is exactly what you want. Now, a lot of people have different first picks. You can see anything from Bomby Cinder to Tiamat to Boots, and very rarely.
Bramble first, correct?
For me,
Yeah.
I never want to go Bramble first, but maybe it is. If I sense that you're going Vamp Scepter first, then yes, and I guess that's probably the default. So maybe I should just assume that.
Yeah, because then I can kind of like extend trades. Or take more trades.
Tiamat has it's a more expensive item, but it has a significantly higher win rate. So do a Boots against you as a first purchase. Now, that one is only 800, so it's tough to measure necessarily, but...
Let's see, what is... Oh, you went Boots first.
That's my W on cooldown. Yay, my R. So yeah, I'm constantly going to be looking for that. And yeah, confirmed. It is from the moment I activate it. Or actually, I should see right now. Let's see what happens. Yeah. It's right from when I activate it. I get the 3 autos and it starts going on cooldown right away. Do you want to go for the moment that you think you can start flipping the fight?
Yeah, I think at this point I can safely, like, just back and forth slow push if needed. But that's at least what I would expect to be the case.
Mm-hmm. I put that down way too early.
Backline minions.
You thought you were far enough up?
Oh, nice. Well played.
I would not feel comfortable. Or when do you think? All right, so seeing that now, obviously I had an 1100 back, and you had much less. So
yeah, I had like 10 or 1,000 gold unspent.
Yeah. So what's if that window's bad, I'll not shop right now. I'll just back.
I think I should have used my teleport, because like the whole point of it is that way, like I avoid that happening.
How much gold do you have spent?
I have How do I tell?
Well, just add it up, I guess. Everything besides the starting the Doran shield.
1,350, 1,350 plus 450, 1,800, 2,100, 2,250.
2,250. Okay. All right, I will bring 2,300 to the ballpark.
You can do a full spend. I think like I am actually in a decent spot.
Well, let's assume. I mean, this is you're 2 codes down though. So, are you including your Dorn's item, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not. Okay, so I'm ahead of you by about 500 gold right now. So that's fine. That's reasonable to expect. So now the cooldowns favor me, but the autos favor you for a moment. But you have to be careful. Oh, you didn't actually go Vamp Scepter. Okay.
I'm gonna lose my stacks. Yeah, I felt like this would give me a little more.
It is actually a great way to get around the Bramble Vest, because Bramble Vest is really only hitting you for 3 damage a pop anyways. Oh, I wanted to catch you there so badly.
I tempted with the devil.
Oh, again, another shop in. Okay.
Yeah, now I can finish the vamp.
There you go. You see what I did with the wave?
Oh, like reset their aggro.
Yeah, just went out there real quick. Just dive out in front.
I think it'll still push my way. Just really
yeah,
slowly.
But the little thing that I did puts it on your side of the map. So now your wave reinforces.
Yeah,
and so now my cat, it's ever so slightly coming back to me, but ever so slightly.
Oh.
Oh, nice. I did not expect you to go there.
Oh wait. My thing, what's it called? My Q didn't reset. All right, I think you've smashed me this game.
So W gives me too many windows, right? It lets me basically get 3 Q trades off. And realistically, I'm going to be casting Q 5 times as you're getting your second W. In Lolalytics, you can do the exact matchup, and it'll give you the most favored runes, or at least the ones that have performed the best. Unfortunately, in this matchup, there's.
Oh, let me pull this up.
They're all pretty weak, but it's suggesting that Presence of Mind lethal tempo, Tenacity, which kind of makes sense because of the E.
100% should go Presence. That is just correct.
Because Presence of Mind is going to let you stay topped off on your mana. It'll go off, and basically like this right here. Anytime that magical footwear is number 1, it's suggesting that you shouldn't be playing for lane, which you obviously know, right? It's on. Right. It's the prerogative is on Shen to bully. Now I have a question for you. If I dodge your Q, let's say you have a stack on me, Q will consume the stack, even if I'm in Twilight's Refuge, or does that interaction cancel it?
I wonder. I bet it does cancel it because I'm not like hitting you.
I bet you can keep your passive stacks up because you're getting the attack off, and those proc off of attacking, not off of hitting, right?
It's interesting. I bet. My guess is it doesn't because like your health bar doesn't move. I guess we'll find out.
All right, let's see. Generates a stack for each champion hit by her abilities, or if she hits at least one non-champion, refreshing basic attacks. It refreshes on basic attacks, so you do not need to hit.
Oh, it's just like issuing the attack.
Yeah, issuing the attack is enough to refresh your cooldown. It won't add to the stacks, but you'll be able to refresh the cooldown. Ultimate Hunter and level 6 are so so OP for me in this. That's definitely your window though, but it has to coincide with your cooldowns matching mine, and not one where I'm going to get my cooldowns before you. All right, a little different setup from you this time.
It's so good.
I love Presence. It's weird though because Presence is so good for laning, whereas Triumph gives you like those Death Dance reset, God mode, heal to full situations.
Right. Timmy it with a revitalize.
But like, do you ever run out of mana? Like, if you have Presence of Mind, then that will basically, that will never happen.
Yep. Right.
We'll do this one, and then we can do another one where I had to level E for an invade, and you had knowledge of it, and we'll see if you can generate a window for yourself.
Oh, I think I can get Prio then. Although I would have to like know,
Yeah. No, well, I mean, we would do it with the assumption that you knew, like, your team
this
fought.
This is actually really annoying. This thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just put down.
This is my territory. I've claimed it.
I don't think there's much I can do about it.
Nope. I claim this land for Ionia. I think we're both Ionian, right? Yeah.
Yep. Ow. Fuck. That's bad.
Thorn Shield will heal it up. The question is whether or not you get your mana back. You will have it up in time for the wave, though. Oh, were you just trying to get me to move it? That would be savage.
I was just trying to like hit you, but yeah, I guess it does move it.
It had that effect. Like, look, you've got your mana back, and you've got your health back. So that's a reasonable thing, right?
It only gives me like 10 mana. Like, I don't even know if it's that much. Like 8 mana maybe.
Well, it's at the very, very early stages it's that.
Let's see. Bone Plating is blocked 37 damage. That's definitely way more than Second Wind.
Rip. Alright, we get it. I go kill your jungler now. We have succeeded at getting the wave out. No, we haven't. How did you do this? It's because I pulled it. It must be.
None of the melee's inted.
Yeah, I think it's because I pulled aggro. Now, super daring guys might try to like E you right here and like catch you on the edge without getting into turret range, but that's a tough trust for me. Oh boy. Okay. I like the choice to not go back, right? To not continue, right? Because my cooldowns are going to come up before yours.
Yep.
Oh, Faster Man would have gotten an auto attack on you there.
Ow, damn. You actually hit me.
Oh, no turret range. That's stupid. Alright. That's my own damn fault.
Yeah, it like blocked you.
It was just, and it routed me wrong, and really I could have just gone in through the left, or just fought you and waited for the Q to bring the thing over to me. Everything was, could have been better. Good job holding the wave there. So how can you orchestrate a sequence of cooldowns that favor you?
I think it's all about dodging your E and getting my Q reset so I have Q again to keep stacks. Because that's like how I make your trades a little bit more like shaky for you.
Yeah, and I think there's also a window. I mean, there's definitely a window where you can get some attacks off if I'm attacking you, right? You're not looking for it. You're not trying to hit me.
Wait, I lost a whole wave. What the fuck? How did that happen? Did it not crash?
It was right at the edge.
Ah, it's actually really bad for me. 'Cause now you have an XP lead.
Have you already gotten into the habit of tabbing every time people come back to lane?
I normally do, but I didn't this time. But yes, I see your call.
Yeah. No, we're working on something else, so it's hard to always implement everything at once. But yeah, we'll try to get into that habit. Good job. There you go. That's that extra auto. Just so, as I'm leaving away, especially if you're stacked up, you can get those little windows. And if my Q's down, your auto attack range does beat mine. So especially after I go for the 3 hit.
Oh, what the fuck? Dude, that minion like trolled me.
I saw that. Nice job.
Yeah, minions were key in winning that.
Good job resetting. Perfect. Well done. All right, so do you think you are winning from here?
I think so. I don't think it gets better for you. That's my take on the matter.
The issue is that we still, no matter how we cut it, at every stage of the game, my cooldowns are always 2 seconds lower than yours.
They are, and I guess it depends somewhat on how you build, but I think if I like get attack speed and damage so I can kill turrets faster, like the strength of your champion is like you get to R and like make my team lose a fight, and I can like push faster, I can like push you in, make it harder for you to R, and I think like you don't have an attack speed. Well, I guess you kind of have an attack speed steroid, but I think mine's just like a little better. And
Yeah, it's the thing is that I want you to really focus on is matchup specific, right? So we know generally about these champions, right? So how do we make it very matchup specific? As far as like trading windows, like every single time that you see me in a wave, right, you're gonna want to be thinking about these to maximize your ability to beat me. Like, yes, generically, your champion is meant to be a duelist or a fighter more than I am, because I'm my R is useless in the 1v1 is basically what it comes down to. But does it really just come down to my R versus yours? Is it that you can only ever win when you have your ultimate? And if that's the case, then you still have to be careful.
Whoops.
And largely, one of the other things you can look for is me ever being outside my sword range. Right, so if I've used my Q, I only get it every 6 seconds. Later in the game, it becomes almost instantaneous. Every 4 seconds or so. But if I'm outside of that window, then I don't have the ability to counter your kit, because the W does. You are an attack champion.
Yeah.
So every time that it's up, which you can track based on whatever your skill you're leveling second.
Played steel caps next is definitely correct. Like the other Shen I played against did not take that item, but you're taking way less damage with it. Oh, damn, I thought I should have queued that up minion. I think I've still already won. That I think.
Huh? Well, right there I got hit by the stun. If I dodge that stun, you lose that. But by a lot, right?
Yeah, it would be fucked if I missed that.
So
I mean, I still got fucked, but
yeah, there will be a point, but because this kit, specifically the W, is so good against you, you're gonna have to keep on playing it cautiously,
yeah, I
basically
think this
until
is
you
really bad for you though, right here.
right here. Yeah, I did not get it
Yeah.
in. That was lackadaisical. She went vamp, so assuming I'm trying to counter you completely, we'll go like this. So now I lose probably 2 whole waves off of this. How often do you find yourself using W to just hold a wave?
Not that much. You can definitely do that actually. I watch Irelia do that. Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
This favors me. Actually, I guess we'll find out. Right there is where it favors you. Q's down. All right.
Ah, get me out, get me out.
I mean, so track cooldowns though, okay? Right, like if I had to use mine. Hey, it didn't come to me.
Oh, damn.
You so
yeah, you're actually like way stronger than I would have expected.
but you
should
have
have bought before I did that, but
no. Right there, watch the replay and you'll see my cooldowns. You see that you actually have me there.
really?
Yes. Not at the very end, but when right before you flashed.
I guess like once you use your stuff, you are kind of like weak.
And the same is true for you, right? But you get to continue the pattern for longer with your auto attacks. So
Yeah.
if we do get to the point where we've both used them and I've used my second set, right? If you see me use a Q a second time, then you're going to be fine going into the rest of the fight, right? Especially if I led off with, if I lead with taunt and W, then and you're going to have your spells afterwards. Like if I try to use my second rotation from then on, you're definitely stronger.
Yeah.
So let's pick this up.
Whenever I play against Shen players in like silver gold, I feel like there's two types of Shen players. There's friend Shen, who just like plays super passively for no reason.
Yeah.
And then there's like Shen, who actually like understands like how good his kit is early game and like contests you for like CS.
The ballistic missile, just get in, yeah. I mean, Shen 100% is a lane boy. He's meant to play for these. So, I'll go up. Let's go till we start this fight. So I led with W. Okay.
I should have been more patient with my first Q because I like didn't get it on you.
Got you. Yep.
So I think I should just get rid of like all of these instead of trying to kite you because it just doesn't work.
So you queued me there. I'm surprised that you didn't. Were you trying to hit the
I
minion?
wanted to hit it. I missed it.
Okay, yeah, that is something that can definitely happen. So right now you might be thinking, especially as my Q comes up, you might be thinking that you're going to lose this, right? So this is where I'm going to roll tape. Right here where I cast Q, you think you're losing, but actually, my other spells, now all my spells are down.
Actually, what's my Q? Oh,
Your
I
E.
should. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. I should just fight you.
Yeah, you are actually going to beat me because you have Conqueror stacked. You've got full passive stack. So even though I am going to get 3 Qs off on you, my 3 Qs are not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's
right?
like you have like lightning bolt and shock, but I'm at like 9.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Or even I've got 3 lightning bolts, but you have 15. Just even if I top deck,
like 2 8/8 tramples in play, and you're taking fetch damage. So it's like obviously like I don't just concede.
Yeah, right. So that situation and the key to look for it. Right, this is how you recognize it.
I hinted this so hard. You're right. Like
right here, I led.
I should W here right now. By the way.
Yeah. In response to my charm every time, if you can, or my taunt.
Or I think just like the circle thing, because like chances are you're going to use that to like combined with your taunt, and also then I actually have some reaction window.
Well, you can also use that time to stack your Q on the minions that are outside the window.
I guess I could do it.
Right. So both are viable, but usually like I'm going to try to hit you as hard as possible. So if you can get your W off in response to my E, which can be very difficult, right, especially if we're point blank, but those have very similar cooldowns, and then it'll be very easy to track. And then your Q, if you're not attacking me, right, you can use your W even to kill most of these and just make them so that they're very easy to clean up.
Yep.
But basically, what happened to start this fight is I led off with EQ, so you know that your well, you used W for damage right there. But
Yeah,
you
I should have not done that.
sorry, I shouldn't say I led off with the EQ. You led off with E. I responded with my E. Okay, and my W is definitely already on cooldown as well. So based on that, you know that your E, since you have more points in it, is going to come up faster.
Right. Yeah.
Right there, you definitely could
Two
have.
big mistakes, but it's like even with those mistakes, I could still like win this.
Yeah. Right. So that's where it ultimately comes up. Just your E and your Q are coming off cooldown. Mine are not. Now in that window, that like that.
Cooldown knowledge is like a ridiculous edge.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep it surreal. Peace.